Welcome to the Travel Tidbits Podcast, hosted by me, Jamie Weitl, travel advisor and owner of Pineapple Escapes Travel. Join me as I share the latest travel news, top destinations, and expert tips for the savvy traveler. Because after all, travel makes life sweeter. Welcome back to the Travel Tidbits Podcast. I'm Jamie Weitl, owner of Pineapple Escapes Travel, and today I have a very special guest joining me, my son, Bo Weitl. You've heard him on the podcast before when we've done family trips, but this trip that we're going to be talking about today was a very special trip for his high school graduation, and we celebrated with an amazing adventure through South Korea and Japan aboard the Celebrity Millennium. So we were able to visit Seoul, Jeju Island, Busan, Nagasaki, Kagoshima, Hiroshima, Kyoto, Mount Fuji, Tokyo Disneyland, and Tokyo Disney Sea on our epic 2.5-week adventure. And we even survived a typhoon. We got to shelter at sea for 3 days with one of the first typhoons of the season in Japan as well. So Bo, welcome to the podcast.
Hi.
Hi. How are you today? You ready for this?
Sure.
Sure. He told me he hasn't read any of it, so he's just ready to talk to me, right?
Yep.
So let's start at the beginning. When most people think about a graduation trip, they think of a beach vacation, maybe Europe. What made you decide South Korea and Japan? What was the driving force there when I said, hey, where do you want to go? And this is what you picked.
Well, I don't like the beach that much, first off. So the beach was already ruled out. And I wanted to get we've already technically been to Asia, but not really. So I wanted to get a new continent on the board. And that kind of left it up to either Australia or Japan. And then it ended up being Japan just because I'm really into the stuff from Japan right now.
Yeah. So we planned the trip for over a year. So of all the destinations that we visited, what were you most interested in before we got there?
Before we got there?
Yeah.
I really want to go on a bullet train. I really want to see a bunch of anime stuff.
Yeah.
I just knew I wanted to see like the nature and the temples. It's kind of stereotypical stuff, but I knew I wanted to go and see that stuff.
Right. And so I kind of let Bo take the lead with this. I obviously planned the trip, but I kind of let him guide what we did every day. But before we really dive into the trip itself, I have to brag on you for a little moment here. So Bo put in a lot of hard work over his 4 years of high school, and he was valedictorian of his class. And his dad and I were obviously very, very proud of him. And he will be heading off to Augustana College in the fall. Right now, the plan is to major in finance and economics, double major. So we are super excited, and it's very bittersweet to see him growing up and all that's ahead. But of course, that means I have to take every chance I can to travel with him. So that was another kind of piece behind this trip, was wanting to kind of reward him for all of his hard work. And it definitely has paid off, in my opinion. Bo, do you feel like it all has paid off for you? Are you excited? What are you feeling?
It's not bittersweet. It's just sweet.
It's not bittersweet. It's bittersweet for Mom because you're not going to be here all the time, but
no, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for you too. There's so many big things to come. And let's talk a little bit about your next chapter. So why Augustana, and what's the driving force there?
Well, I really like the campus, and when we saw the food court, that was a sticking point, but it just felt right. We had gone on a few other college visits, and none of them really hit anything for me, and it just felt like the right choice.
Yeah, it's a smaller school, private, and the main dining hall is kind of like a cruise buffet. So
basically.
So I think that was very appealing to him. I think it'll be a really good fit. So we're really excited for you. But now let's jump back in and go back to talking about our trip. So I kind of want to hit the highlights of each destination. So our first stop, we flew over and flew into Seoul, South Korea. What were your first impressions of Seoul? What did you think overall of the destination?
It was a long drive from Incheon.
It was.
I'm very tired. The room was funny because there was a twin bed and then a double bed. So I obviously got the twin bed. What was it? I don't know. It was just...
What do you think of Seoul itself?
I mean, it was really hot. The stuff there was really cool, but I don't know. I enjoyed Busan a lot more than I did Seoul.
I think part of it is we were exhausted from the flight. We got in late, we went right to bed, and then got up the next morning and did a tour immediately, and then went to the
I'm
cruise
still
ship.
really glad we did that tour.
Yeah.
You can't go to, like, fly into Seoul and not do something there. But
yeah. But we were tired, so I think that definitely impacted us some. But it was nice to see some of Seoul, kind of get a feel for it. But by the time we got to Busan, we were more lively. So our second port, so we got on the ship then, the afternoon of Seoul. We had a day at sea to kind of recover a little bit. And then our next day was Jeju Island. So this is often called the Hawaii of South Korea, which of course appealed to me. I'm a big Hawaii girl. So Bo, what did you think of Jeju?
Well, we didn't see the Hawaii part because we just stayed in the city the whole time. I think it was rainy the day that we went, but we had a lot of fun shopping. The entire trip really felt like just a very long shopping trip at parts. But we had Korean barbecue. Dad did not want to try the Korean barbecue. He was very upset that day. No, but it was fun. I mean, I got a jacket that I really liked there. I mean, it's a cool city. And we tried, I think that was the first time we tried one of the vending machines. And I got a fish with red bean paste in it. And it was really good.
The ice cream fish, yeah.
It was good.
So obviously the highlights for Bo were the food and the shopping, but we didn't go over to the islandy side of Jeju. It was raining that day, so we basically stuck to the main city. I think the most interesting thing for me was the big farmers market, like all of the vendors. And Jeju is where, so like Hawaii,
Oranges.
yes, Hawaii is known for pineapples, which obviously is my thing, but Jeju is known for oranges, and these oranges were delicious. They were so good. We'd go back and just do the oranges and go to the beachy side of the island if I went back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would be neat to go to like the orange groves there that are on the other side of the island and see the more nature. Like you literally couldn't see anything other than actual city where we were.
Yeah. No, I agree. I would go back and stay for a few days there. I think that would be fun to do.
I think Jeju Island would be cool.
Yeah. So that's one that's on my list to go back to. So then our next port day was Busan. So let's talk a little bit about Busan. What did you like the best about Busan?
It felt like Honolulu if it wasn't stuck on an island.
Okay.
But it was a very long city. I mean, it seriously went on forever. There was multiple huge bridges. It was a lot cleaner than Seoul, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It was also a lot nicer that day, but I thought the nature parks that we went to were super cool. We went to this amazing shrine, went to the biggest mall in South Korea.
Yeah.
Down in the food court, the ceiling collapsed like 3 days after we were there.
Yeah. We luckily were not there for that, but I think the highlight of Busan for me was it the sky capsule?
Yeah. That thing
it was so
awesome.
pretty, and it's along the beach, and then there's these beautiful trees, like
they're like weird pines.
Yes, it reminded me of Alaska a little bit, but then you're right on the beach. I don't know. It was just very stunning and beautiful there. And that's obviously a big tourist trap, but it was so pretty that it was worth it to me, I think.
I don't even think it was that much of a tourist trap. I saw so many just Koreans in general just getting on that anyway. Yeah.
I mean, it was a really fun day. We saw a lot. We did a private tour that day. So we were able to kind of go where we wanted to go.
Dad got those Jelly Queen candies that he really liked.
Yes. Jelly Queen. Yes. Those were really good. So I guess we should back up. So Mike does not like fatty meat. So the Korean barbecue was like fattier meat. And so that was why he was not.
He really wouldn't try anything. Like we went to was it Ganjan Culture Village or something?
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be like the Santorini of Korea.
Yeah.
I don't really agree.
No, I don't agree either.
It's like a street with food. And he wouldn't even try the food. Like I got a chicken skewer. And I think the girls got
we got fried rice and
gimbap. Or whatever
we got gimbap, fried rice, and ramen. And
ramen was good.
yeah, it was a good thing we were on a cruise ship because otherwise I don't think Mike would have eaten. And I don't think Anna would have eaten very much either. She did eat the rice. She did eat some ramen. But Mike actually turned out to be the...
Yeah, he was like upset when we tried to eat anywhere too. Like...
He gets a little hangry. Let's just put it that way.
But like the food is right in front of him. He just didn't want to give it a chance.
Yeah, but he ate on the ship. He was okay.
He was fine.
The rest of us got to try stuff, which was what we wanted to do.
Which is what we had agreed to when we said we were going to go.
I know. Okay, so next stop was Nagasaki. This place obviously has such an important place in world history. I know you're a big history buff. Won those history awards at school that we were proud of before too. So what stood out to you here? I know that was one of the things that you were looking for in the Japan trip too, was some of the history. So what did you like about Nagasaki and what all did we see?
I thought it was awesome that we could walk through that museum for like $3. It was the War Memorial Museum, and then we had a tour guide, and all of our tour guides were great in Japan. But we went through like the Peace Park, and I think we got to experience parts of Japan that weren't exactly the most touristy. Like we went to a little itty bitty shrine, and it was super cool. I thought that was super gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah, you and Dad went to that one that the girls and I stayed back and went through them all.
Oh, yeah. And there was 2 shrines. There was the little Japanese shrine, and then there was a temple. There's a difference there.
Yeah.
Because of what religion it was.
Yeah.
Like the temple is the Buddhist, and then the other one's like the original Japanese faith. But the temple our tour guide, she was a young lady. She made friends with the old caretaker of the temple, and we got to go inside I think it was like Japanese heritage sites, and nobody ever gets to do that. So it was insane. They walked down the street while we did that.
Well, Anna was done at that point.
Anna was very done.
That is one thing when you're balancing a family of 5 with a lot of big personalities and ideas.
That's a good way to put it.
You have to kind of go with the flow. And so I took Anna and Clara, and we went down into a shopping district while Mike and Bo continued the tour. It was hot that day, was part of it too.
It was probably the warmest day.
I think one thing that gets challenging is trying to balance everybody's interests and figure out what everyone wants to do. And we did a good job of doing that and balancing it out. Like Anna's just not really into the history of different things.
I'm not sure she really wanted to go to Japan.
Well, it wasn't her topic, but it was your trip, so you got to pick. But the other thing, like when I'm picking and deciding on these tours and the tour guides, we typically don't do the tours that are offered by the cruise line. We like to do private tours, our family of 5, where we have a little bit more flexibility in what we're seeing, what we're going to do. And tours like this one where we were at a temple where there was
there's no one.
Like one other person there. That's more what I want to see. Like,
I don't want to be herded. I don't want everybody else in my pictures.
Yeah. I don't want to just see the tourist traps. Like, I think there's a place for those, but I would rather see kind of the hidden culture and the real life things. And I try to pick our tour guides for one private, small, flexible, and also kind of those hidden gems.
Yeah. Like Kyoto is like that.
Yeah.
The tourist traps were good, but you could also just go anywhere. It'd be fine.
So our next day was Kagoshima. So what were your thoughts there?
That was the day. It was at least rainy or like overcast, right?
Yeah.
We couldn't see the volcano, which was kind of sad, but
we saw it from the ship.
We saw the bottom of it from the ship. You were thinking about Mount Fuji.
Oh, you're right.
But that was the day that we kind of just said, we'll try to experience Japanese city. And so I think we went to a 7-Eleven and a Lawson that day. And
did.
We went to Don Quixote, and that's the super tall, like, supermarket that's filled with every single thing ever. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
And they've got the song playing on repeat and everything. I don't know. I had fun that day too.
Yeah.
We tried to go to some rock, and then it was like we couldn't find it. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
No, there was like a dragon rock.
Oh, yeah. You and I tried to go at the end, and it was like, I don't know, a lot further away than we thought it was. Yeah.
They bust us out. I talked to a guy who liked the Detroit Lions that day.
These are the things we
Lions
remember.
hat on the bus.
Yeah.
We were talking about the Bears and Detroit Lions.
Yes, I do remember that. This was also the day we tried Japanese McDonald's. So
Mom hated the tea. Hated. She thought it tasted like soy sauce.
Yeah,
it did taste like soy sauce.
The chicken nuggets were good. The fries were just like home.
The desserts were not that good.
I think American desserts are sweeter. The tea I could not, like, you buy something and you want to have it because you paid for it. And I was like, I cannot drink it. Like, it was that bad.
And then Dad was like, it tastes like tea.
And we're like, it does not taste like tea.
And he's like, that's what tea tastes like to me. Well, that's why you don't like it.
Yeah. So that was kind of funny, but that was kind of a neat experience to be able to, their menu is different. There's a teriyaki burger. There's a shrimp burger. There's a few different things. So it was just a neat experience to try something different.
I don't remember what I ordered.
You got chicken nuggets.
I did not get chicken nuggets.
I'm sure you did. You got them on the side as a side dish.
Yes, as a side. And you were just finding a way to be right.
Oh my gosh. So then that's when on the ship, some things kind of went down. So we knew that this typhoon was coming in, and they decided that we were going to skip Kyoto and Osaka. And instead, after Hiroshima, we would be on the ship for 3 days to shelter in place. So our next port day was Hiroshima, and we had that full day before we had to be back on the ship to shelter in place. So we decided to take the bullet train from Hiroshima to Kyoto on that day instead of staying in Hiroshima. So we didn't really see anything in Hiroshima except the train station. And that is then
well, that's where the Pokemon Center was.
Yes, yes, we did see the Pokemon Center.
It was a big fuss trying to figure out whether we were going to go to Kyoto or not. That night on the ship after Kagoshima, I mean, I think everyone on the ship was just mad we weren't porting in Osaka.
Yeah, and it's not anything the cruise line could do about it. Our itinerary had already been changed. We originally were supposed to have 2 days in Osaka and Kyoto. And then we lost one day as they changed our itinerary to put us in Busan. And so now we just had 1 day in Osaka and Kyoto, which was one of the ports we were really looking forward to. And then when the typhoon came through, they basically just said, we're not going to be able to go there. So
we said, yeah, we're going to go there.
Luckily, Bo has a mom who knows how to pivot. And when we got to Hiroshima, we went straight to the train station, took the bullet train to Kyoto, and we're still able to do several of the things that we wanted to do there. So let's talk a little bit. I think Kyoto is one of my favorite spots.
Should we talk about our experience trying to get on the bullet train first?
We can talk about that. But Kyoto ended up being one of my favorites and a place I definitely want to go back to. Oh, yeah, I want to go back. More time there. Like, if I were to go back now, I think I would want to do like 4 or 5 days in Kyoto, 4 or 5 days in Osaka, and 4 or 5 days in Tokyo, and do a land-based trip based on that.
Then I would want some days that like you do a day trip outside of those.
Yeah, on the train. Yeah. So we did get a little turn. This was my first time on the bullet train. I had read about it, but I had never done it. This was my first time in Japan. So we went to the kiosk. We bought our tickets for the bullet train.
We bought our first tickets.
And apparently you need 2 tickets. And I didn't understand that. So we had to go wait in the line to talk to someone who spoke English to get our tickets figured out, which we did. It was fine. It's just one of those things with being somewhere.
The Pokemon Center there was really cool. Big red Gyarados.
Yeah, it was a neat Pokemon Center right there in the train station in Hiroshima. So we got to see that. And then we took the bullet train to Kyoto. So then let's talk a little bit about what we did in Kyoto.
I was going to talk about the bullet train first.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
No, the bullet train was awesome. The seats were super big and they leaned back. And on the way back, I ate so much food. I bought
You see a theme here. This is what 18-year-old boys talk about.
No, I mean, that's what I did. So
yeah. I wish America had something like that.
Yes.
It was so easy. It was on time. It was very
You
clean.
could feel it, like the banks of it, because it was going too fast to like have an actual like turn. So they had to bank the track. It was awesome.
It was really amazing. Like,
The only thing that was a problem, the Wi-Fi did not work. So I had to play Retro Bowl.
also 18-year-old boy problem. So now we're in Kyoto. We're off the train. What were the things that we did there?
We went to the tea ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I thought it was super interesting. We got all dressed up in our traditional Japanese garb, and like we had kimonos and stuff. I think the girls liked their kimonos a lot,
Yeah.
but I thought it was fun. I mean, I don't think I looked that great in it, but and the actual tea ceremony was, I don't think I like matcha. I can tell you that, but I mean, it was cool.
Yeah.
It was something to do for sure.
It was a neat experience. So for the girls, there's a separate like boys and girls locker room. And in the girls, they do your hair. You get to pick out your kimono and your whole outfit. And then all 5 of us had a private tea ceremony with someone who does this every day and can walk us through all of the pieces of that. So that was really neat to experience. And I think it was one of the highlights for the girls, just getting to dress up and experience the culture and get to see Japan from that point of view. I think it was really neat for them, for sure.
Yeah, I think they really liked it. Then we had to go find and they took so many pictures of us. They had like a professional photographer there to take all your pictures, send it to you.
Yeah.
But then we went and undressed, and everything's very close together in Tokyo. We went to the loft because there was a Jujutsu Kaisen pop-up.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the animes I watch.
As we were on the way there, though, we visited a cat cafe. So a cat cafe was big on my list. If you've known me ever, I'm a big animal person, and the cat cafe didn't disappoint. I thought it was really, really neat.
The little stubby cats were the best.
They were all so cute, and it's like everything in Japan is so clean, so nice, and like you go in, like it's immaculate. So you get drinks, and then you get to visit with the cats, and it was just, that's like my dream. I could do that for like 3 or 4 hours and be pretty good. But so we did that on the way to find what Bo was looking for, and that went really well. We also did some shopping at Uniqlo and a few other spots, but I really liked Kyoto. I feel like I only saw such a small bit of it, and I really need to go back.
We did that one shrine too.
Oh, yes.
Inari.
Yes.
That was one of the tourist traps that's actually worth it.
It was worth it.
But you actually have to do more than the first little part of it.
Yeah. I would walk further, I think.
Yeah, we did it at sunset, so we would have been...
We didn't want to get...
It would have been dark.
Dark.
If we had done the full thing. But
it was gorgeous.
It's absolutely packed at the start. You got to go a ways before you can get an actual picture without
all the people.
40 million people in the background.
But of the ones that we visited, I liked that one the best.
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah.
In the front and with the big torii gate, everything.
Yeah. Yeah, the torii gates were just stunning there. And just everything was... And we went at the right time of day, too. I think sunset was the right time. So really enjoyed that. So then we took the bullet train back. We got back fairly late, but they had given us till 5 a.m. the next morning to get back on the ship. And then we were at sea for 3 days. So let's talk a little bit about the cruise itself. So we were on the Celebrity Millennium. It's one of the smaller ships, but it has been revamped for Celebrity. I felt like they handled everything really well with the typhoon. We were very well taken care of. Really didn't have anything to worry about.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really have to go to like the dining room or anything. I wonder how it was in there with how they handled not being able to get food for 3 days on the ship. Do you think they like overstocked in Hiroshima or something?
So every time you're on a cruise, they are overstocked because if they get stopped, if there's an issue, that sort of thing. So the Bond family, years ago, they got stuck on the Fantasy during a hurricane, and they had told her that there was at least another 2 weeks of food on the ship. Like, nobody was going to go hungry, and we definitely did not go hungry.
No, we didn't.
Yeah. but they handled everything well. The ship was smaller, but I still really enjoyed it. I liked having places to go play trivia, and we did some of the activities. The girls and I did dot painting. I did go to the spa one day.
They need quieter spaces.
Bo felt like even the reading areas were a little...
There was no reading areas. That
too
was
loud.
the problem.
Yeah, well, there was...
Well, they play live music in every single bar at once. And, like, there's nowhere to sit and read. And your chair in the stateroom is not comfortable. So, like...
We had also been spoiled by our last cruise where we didn't have to worry about those things. So, Bo's request... Celebrity, if you guys are listening, he would like a quieter area to go to read his book. He did try on deck 3 by guest services, but you could still hear the music, and it was still a little bit loud.
That was the library.
Yeah,
it was not a library.
Pretty tiny. But overall, though, I really like the ship.
And the gym needs cables.
And the gym needs cables. He wasn't a fan of the gym either. But overall, I really like the ship. I
like the food service.
Yeah, the food was really good. It was perfect for what we were looking for. We were looking for a port-intensive trip. It was more about the ports for us than where we were staying. And even though Celebrity took very good care of us, we ate a ton.
I slept really good.
We slept very well, and everything was handled and was very good and very communicative. Is that a word?
Yeah, that's a word.
It sounds weird. About the whole typhoon experience and helped us through all of that. So we had our 3 days at sea, and then our next port stop was Mount Fuji, and it was actually beautiful that morning. And this was the one where we could see Mount Fuji from the ship. It was a beautiful, clear day. It was so nice to actually be able to see it. Bo, what were your thoughts on seeing Mount Fuji, on the whole day, on the situation?
I thought it was awesome when we could go out for breakfast. We poured in Shizuoka, which is super close to Mount Fuji, so you can see it from there. I mean, you can see it from Tokyo, too. Not when we were there, but you can see it from Tokyo, too. Yeah. But we saw the top of it, and I made Mom come up and take a picture with me of the mountain.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, they had a mall right outside the port when we got back, and I left our tour guide there again. We went to a bunch of, like, super pretty spots. Went to this lake that felt like we were in Alaska.
Yes.
What else? We went to this ice cream place, and I got this red bean paste ice cream, and holy, was it good.
The neat thing about the ice cream place was it was an actual dairy farm, so we got to, like, meet the cows that made our ice cream, and the ice cream was delicious. We also got to try a fried noodle dish that is
that was good.
Regional to the area.
Isn't that town just called Fuji?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
But overall, like, again, we had a private tour, so we had a great day. It was beautiful. We saw so many pretty things. It was neat to see Mount Fuji in person.
That temple was cool.
Yeah.
They said the emperor actually went to that one.
That's cool. Yeah. No, it was a great port stop, and that kind of got us reinvigorated.
I guess that was a shrine.
Yeah, for what was next. So then the next day we ported in Tokyo, and we actually had a full day in Tokyo and another night on the ship before we debarked. And then we went to Tokyo Disney. So let's first talk about our day in Tokyo, which we obviously could have spent many, many, many more days in Tokyo. But I feel like we did as much as we could with our day there. So let's talk a little bit about that.
So we took a Uber straight to Shibuya Crossing. It's crossing.
Yeah, I think we had that built up in our head to be more. And I mean, it's a crossing. It was neat to see.
Yeah, it's neat to see everybody walk at once.
But
you need to see it once.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something to do.
It's nice that all the stores are down there, too. Like, there was a Star Wars clothes pop-up.
Yeah, you got a couple shirts there.
I got a shirt there.
Yeah.
What? Nothing was open yet when we got there, so we walked and went up to the Flippers Pancakes place, which are those super fat, fluffy pancakes. And I thought they were good. I think you liked them more.
I liked it. I think I liked them the best of everybody, but I think I could make them at home, too. But they were really good. It is very touristy, so you have to wait. So that was
like an hour wait.
Yeah, so that was something to do until the rest of Tokyo woke up.
Then we went to the Parco building, I think it was, and the Pokemon Center and Nintendo World were in there.
Yeah, it was
pretty cool.
Packed.
It was full,
yeah,
overflowing.
But it was neat and really neat merch.
Fun in there.
Yeah. That was neat to see. We did some other spots again. We went to, what was the one that I liked? The PFLT or...
I don't know. You had gotten a vest type shirt there.
Yeah. And I wanted another one in a different color. So
did you end up finding that?
I did. So now I've got...
Claire get a coat at Uniqlo too?
Yeah, Claire got a coat. I couldn't find the coat I wanted.
We went to the 11 store Uniqlo in Ginza.
Yeah, that
was that the thing we did right after Shibuya? No, we went to Harajuku because we needed to find Anna's Brandy Melville store.
But actually, I ended up loving that. Like, I'm glad we went to find Brandy Melville because we found the vintage shopping, which ended up being one of my favorites.
And it was fun. I thought it was neat. I didn't really get anything. I got a Lacoste shirt that I don't know. I'm not wearing because the collar feels weird.
Oh, jeez. Let me try to wash it. But I found, so in the vintage shopping, like a lot of it is like college sweatshirts.
It's 90s stuff.
Yeah. And so there's one store that was like all these old like concert t-shirts and stuff. Obviously, there's a lot of like vintage handbags in the popular styles. We didn't really look at a lot of that.
No.
We were more into
you looked
the 90s
at the jewelry.
Stuff. Yeah, I did.
You saw like a pineapple jewelry or something.
I did buy that.
You bought it. I didn't know that.
So at one of the stores...
This is where I got Picari Sweat. It's
yes.
at the Family Mart here.
I found a pineapple keychain from Tiffany & Co., which I have never owned anything from Tiffany & Co. in my life, but it's obviously always intrigued me because it seems very luxe and very luxury. But this is just a pineapple keychain. It's silver and it says Tiffany & Co. It's obviously vintage, older. So I did end up buying that. Claire and I got vintage Mickey Mouse sweatshirts. Anna got a vintage University of Illinois sweatshirt.
I wish we found an Augustana.
Yeah, we looked for Augustana. We couldn't find one, but the University of Illinois one she got, I swear I probably had the same one when I was like 8 years old that she bought. But it's really cute. It was just fun to look. It was fun to see some of the vintage things. And
there was a Ross Perot shirt.
Yeah. So we enjoyed shopping in that area. It was fun to see those different things. We also went to, what's the kitchen area called, Bo?
The knife place?
Yes.
I don't remember. Dad wanted a knife and then didn't buy a knife.
Yeah.
And instead we ended up getting chopsticks, I think.
Yeah, we all got chopsticks to bring home as a souvenir, but there's a special name for that area of Tokyo. And so we went there, and a lot of the stores by that point in the day were closing, but it was still
only
neat.
Like 5 p.m. too.
Yeah, but it was neat to see some of that.
I've got like a 6-hour workday.
Yeah. Mike thought he wanted to buy like a knife, but then he started looking at them and got overwhelmed. I think there's just so many things.
Knives.
Yeah, and so many things he doesn't know about.
It was crazy when
knife.
we got off the ship, how many people had bought knives and they like went to collect them at the after they got off the ship.
Yeah, because you can't just take a knife back onto the ship. You have to like check it in with them and then get it again when you debark. So that was neat. So what was your favorite thing we did in Tokyo, or your favorite part?
Well, we also went to see that Gundam.
Oh, yeah?
You didn't see that Gundam, but there was a big Gundam in Odaiba after we went back. And we ate on the ship, and then Dad and I got off and walked and saw it in front of, I don't remember the name of the building, but it's big and it's white. My favorite thing in Tokyo is the shopping.
The shopping, okay. But I would definitely go back there.
I want to go to Team Labs.
Yes, that does look really cool. I think I could definitely do 3 or 4 days there easily and do some more
I like Harajuku
things.
too.
Yeah.
But like, I want to make sure that I want to go to Shinjuku more than we did.
Yeah.
We just walked through it.
Yeah.
I think it would be nice to just explore each little section of the city for like a day. Yeah. I'm sure you could spend like 3 weeks in Tokyo.
Yeah, it was really, like, we definitely need to go back. I think that's really the benefit of cruising too, is you kind of get a highlight, a taste of different places. Like,
but then it makes you mad when you can't stay longer.
But then you can plan another trip to go back. So like, I don't necessarily need to go back to Nagasaki again, but I definitely do want to go back to Kyoto.
I thought it was neat, though. That was like the Dutch trading thing and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad we went once.
Right. It's not something I need to go back to, though. Whereas Osaka, Tokyo, Kyoto.
Jeju Island, apparently.
I would go back to Jeju Island, too. Like, there's definitely places that I do want to go back and explore more. And
I think Busan could do with a another day or two.
Yeah. So then the end of the trip was actually for me. I wanted to go to Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea. And so we ended up at both parks. We ended up staying at Fantasy Springs because I also wanted to stay on property. And we got to see both parks and experience them. So, Bo, even though this part of the trip was my part of the trip, what did you think?
I like home Disney better.
You like Walt Disney World better?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's more intense at home.
Yeah.
All the rides, there's like 400 boat rides. The theming is impeccable at Disney Sea. I did not like Tokyo Disneyland very much.
Yeah. I feel like Tokyo Disneyland is so much like Disneyland and Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom that it just felt like another repeat for us. We went to Disneyland Paris a while ago, probably about 8 years ago. So we've done Disneyland Paris as well. But Disney Sea is definitely next level. I would compare Disney Sea more to Universal's Epic Universe with the way all of the details are, how elaborate the theming is. And the new Fantasy Springs area is absolutely gorgeous. I definitely can see taking grandkids back there eventually.
Yeah. I think that's a park for littler kids, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they have anything with a height limit, really.
No, it was pretty kid friendly. And even like the fast rides
weren't that
fast. Like it's very tame.
You could tell on the Journey to the Center of the Earth ride, they literally used the exact mechanics as test track. It didn't go as fast.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
So, I mean, I think we're kind of skewed too. Like, we're obviously Disney connoisseurs.
Yeah.
Like, we go to Disney at least once a year, every year. I typically go multiple times a year, every year. We know Disney. And so, taking that into account, I would definitely take little grandkids, like 4, 5, 6-year-old grandkids. I think this would be amazing.
It'd be the best park for them.
Right. And my personal favorite ride, I really liked Journey to the Center of the Earth, but the Tangled ride, the Rapunzel ride back in Fantasy Springs, when you go into the lantern room, like, I just love that. Like, it's just sweet and nice. And I know that's not really your speed, but I thought that was really well done. Like the details and everything to make it pretty.
I'm not even sure I had a favorite ride.
Really?
All the rides were just
mid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked the theming on their Tower of Terror. It was cool.
Yeah, that was neat too. There were just so many, like the theming overall in Disney Sea, I think is over the top. And like, I wish I had a little bit more time to kind of slow down and soak that in a little bit more. But overall, our parks here in the US, I think, have better attractions.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I would agree. So we also have to talk about the snacks at Disneyland and Disney Sea. Was there anything that stood out to you as far as what we ate while we were there?
I liked getting the different flavors of churros.
Yes. So they do churros very well. They also do popcorn very well.
I like their churros so much more than the churros at Disneyland.
Yeah, I would agree. The churros were excellent. We did Oreo?
I don't know. There was so many. Each park, or I think it was more Disney Sea that I ate the churros, but
yeah.
I don't think I ate a cinnamon churro. I ate every other churro.
Yeah. They also do popcorn really well. So like they have scallop and garlic butter popcorn. They had honey, salmon popcorn.
There was
soy sauce and butter.
There was curry popcorn.
Yes. So all these, we tried 6 or 7 of them.
You guys tried a few.
Yeah, but wasn't as into the popcorn. But the girls and I tried quite a bit. The scallop one was kind of like sweet. It was different. We didn't really like the honey one, but it was interesting to try and
Which one was the one that Anna the soy sauce one?
Yeah.
She really liked the soy sauce one.
Yeah.
Or Dad liked the soy sauce one the best.
Yeah, I think Dad did like that one the best, but that was interesting. And then the other thing that was on my list were the little green alien mochis. So I had to try those, and I thought they were actually pretty good. I don't love mochi, like it's not something I crave, but as far as mochi is concerned, I liked these. So I'll give those 2 thumbs up, and they were really cute. So
mochi makes my stomach feel weird.
Okay, good to know. So, Bo, overall, what were your overall thoughts on the trip? What was your favorite part? Are you looking forward to going back?
I want to go back.
And do land?
I want to do Tokyo, probably 4 days in Tokyo, 4 days in Kyoto, 4 days in Osaka, with a day in Universal Studios Japan.
Yeah, we didn't get to do that this time, so that's on our list.
I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I liked eating the food. I think I need to be more adventurous next time than I was. Mom needs to try raw sushi. She's scared of raw sushi.
I'm not scared of it.
You didn't eat raw sushi.
I didn't, but I'm not scared of it.
You said you don't like it.
I prefer shrimp tempura or something like that.
Okay.
But I'm not afraid of it.
Okay.
So overall, it was a really great trip. And I actually have some really exciting news for anybody who is listening. Right now, Pineapple Escapes Travel has exclusive agency pricing on this exact same trip next summer on the Celebrity Millennium on a South Korea and Japan sailing. And this one departs June 20th and comes back July 2nd. I do recommend a little time on the front and back end. And our savings is up to almost $4,000 for a veranda stateroom. And on an ocean view, we're at about $3,000, and then interior we're at about $1,500 in savings. So it is definitely something to think about if you've listened all the way through this podcast and Japan is somewhere you want to go. You could do the exact same trip we just did at a highly discounted rate if you book through our agency. So we would love to help you with that if that is something you are interested in. And these rates obviously save you thousands of dollars. And I've actually personally been there, sailed on the ship, explored the ports, navigated the transportation system. I can walk you through the bullet train situation now.
Now she can.
I've experienced the culture and even survived a typhoon along the way. So I am here to help you every step of the way, plus give you this amazing discount. So if this trip sounds like something you want to experience, I would love to help you make that happen. You can visit www.pineappleescapes.com, or you can reach out to me directly to learn more about this amazing deal. So, Bo, thanks so much for joining me today.
I got to go to work now.
He does have to go to work. And I just want to say it was great having this experience with you. And I'm excited that we get to take another trip before you go to Augustana.
Alaska.
Yeah, we're going to Alaska for a week. Just kind of a last minute trip, something I wanted to check out. And Bo's like, yep, I'll go. So
let's go to Prince Rupert.
Yes, we're going to Newport for us. So I want to soak up all the time with him I can before he heads off to school. So looking forward to that too. So thanks everybody for listening to another episode of the Travel Tidbits Podcast. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow traveler. And don't forget about those amazing deals we have for Japan next summer. Until next time, remember, travel makes life sweeter. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Travel Tidbits Podcast, where we believe travel makes life sweeter. The team at Pineapple Escapes Travel would love to help you plan a trip filled with lasting memories. Visit us online at www.pineappleescapes.com to start planning your next adventure.